Alright, before we get to the guide, just some little info here. There's currently a promo code going on where you can enter I am social into the official Mcoc store site and get some nice rewards. I believe you get 3 Legends Crystals and a 4-star Mr. Sinister. So yeah, just a quick heads up that you should probably go do that after this video. And yeah, that's about it for that. Now let's go to the guide for Spring of Sorrow. I mean, it's the summertime already, so it's it should be called that. Anyway, this fight is not easy. It is honestly very stressful. So I was like, alright, let's just put on the new Roselia album and let's just get to work now, because I was a bit nervous because the objectives for this matchup, they're not the kindest to you, right? You have to do offensive burst for a cosmic character and offensive damage over time for a cosmic character, as well as X-Men. Now the X-Men one is going to be the most difficult for most people because the champion list there isn't really too high, and here's why. So the nodes for ANNIHILUS are buffed up, which means a lot of champions are just out the window already, so that's fantastic. And there's additionally this node, and I feel like this one is what makes the fight pretty annoying. Honestly, there's a whole lot of different nodes that make this annoying, but here is one of them. Well, whenever he drops a special attack, any non-contact hit, so basically the last hit of his SP1 and his whole SP2, is going to do 10% of your maximum health as damage unless you parry that hit. So basically, if you push him to the SP2, you're done. You're pretty much done. It is so hard to recover once he drops that SP2 on you because he takes away half your life, just straight up. So avoid that at all costs. And additionally, he has this node where he is armor break immune, so you cannot remove the rod via armor break. Additionally, he will inflict armor break onto you very often, right? But if you are immune to that, you take a lot of burst damage whenever that triggers, so you can't have armor break immune characters either. So there are a ton of restrictions for this fight, but once you get the rhythm of it, I don't want to say it's too bad, because of course a lot of players will struggle with this fight, but it's manageable. It's a lot to manage, but once you are able to do that, then you can get this fight down, not easily, but you can at least get it down. So with Odin here, he is a cosmic burst character, and he's an objective for this, challenge. And what you want to do with him is kind of just get lucky, unfortunately. And what do I mean by that? Well, ANNIHILUS has a chance to do an obliterating strike, right? And whenever he does that, he goes stun immune, which is honestly very annoying. However, with Odin here, or with just any character to be honest, what happens is sometimes he won't obliterate you, right? And that means you can parry him. And for Odin, that's helpful because you can just drop your heavy attack, gain the energize, and get to the SP2 faster, and drop the SP2 and just do a ton of damage. And there you go. That's the solution. Just get all your damage done that way, and then you are just chilling. So yeah, that's the game plan for this fight. It really is just manage the SP1 parry, and then that's it, and just try to get lucky with the stifles. And yeah, those stifles make things annoying because if there are a ton stacked up on you, then you can't intercept them at all, because if you go for a backdraft, he will just go unstoppable and then you are just done for. But yeah, Odin, he gets the job done very well. Here I dropped the SP2, and this is the closing SP2, so there we go. That is just perfect. But now we have the offensive damage over time cosmic character objective, and this one had to be Gladiator. Now this is a rank 3 Gladiator, so this is definitely punching, it's punching at the highest rank. So if you don't have a rank 3 Gladiator, just boost up with a rank 2 7-star or a rank 5 6-star, and you should match my power, or at least be close to it. So with Gladiator here, don't do that. Do not get hit by the SP1. That's what you don't want to do, and if you don't do that, then this should be a very straightforward fight for you. So the game plan with Gladiator is all about the SP1 because it gives him the unstoppable, and that means whenever he is unstoppable, he can just go in and spam hits against Annihilus whenever he drops the SP1, and that does a ton of burst damage to Annihilus. So yeah, that's the game plan here. So get your SP1, drop it like pretty much instantly, get your damage going after that, and now check this out. He's going to drop the SP1, we do a lot of hits right there, and yeah, it does a lot of damage to him. So it is just a really fun time now, and once you get your confidence built up and you get the SP1 going, this fight is just a joke pretty much. And yeah, just parry the projectile and you are chilling. And that's pretty much this matchup in a nutshell. It's not too bad at all, once you get it going at least. So yeah, here I dropped the SP1, we get the burst damage in, and like each SP1 that he drops, he loses like 100,000 health from the burst damage. It is just really satisfying. So yeah, here I go back in, drop another SP1, and this matchup is about to be wrapped up in like just a second here. There's some more burst damage, go back in again, get the extra burst damage there afterwards. And yeah, here we go for the heavy attack, and yeah, this should be it after this SP1 that he drops. And yeah, drop the heavy into the SP1, and here he drops it for a final time, and the burst damage just does its job. So that was just a really fun fight. Gladiator, of course, is just amazing for those special attacks. And now we have the real challenge. We have the X-Men objective. Now this is a rank 1 Professor X, and he is boosted to the core because I was terrified of this matchup. So what is going to happen here? Well, it's just like the same as the Odin fight. Just try to get lucky with the parrying and everything. However, Professor X does have a trick up his sleeve. What he can do is, he can trigger the Falter, which is a free opening for you, and it's like a free heavy attack charge as well. So it really is helpful for getting him up to those 100 charges, triggering mind control, and then just going crazy. Now, a quick note for this fight specifically is, Professor X, he spams special attacks, right? And that's great. That's perfect for this fight because it is just, you know, a ton of damage. However, there is one downside, and that downside is Professor X, when he gets into mind control, just spams special attacks, right? Like that's what he's known for. He is gonna spam a ton of SP2s and SP1s, and that's great, obviously, but there is one thing to note. If he drops too many special attacks, Annihilus will get pushed to the SP2, and when Annihilus gets pushed to the SP2, you're gonna take a ton of damage, and it is not ideal. So what you want to do is, you want to just start your mind control whenever Annihilus is at like 0 bars of power, essentially, because that gives you the best bang for your buck, and it pretty much takes you out of any danger of him getting to the SP2. So like that's really it for this fight. Just get your openings via the heavy attack and via the Falter. Just try to get lucky with the obliterating strike as well. So it is a luck-based fight again, to be honest, but you know, once Professor X gets going, he is going to dominate this fight, and he's going to be really good. So yeah, just keep on parrying the SP1, do not push him to the SP2, and you are looking great for the rest of this fight. So it's not too bad, it's just a bit of a long one, but if you have like a rank 2, rank 3 Professor X, you are chilling. Like, he's going to crush this. For any other objective, or for any other champion for this objective, you have like Storm, you have Storm X, you have Danny Moonstar, you have Gambit even, but that one is just not fun. I mean, to be honest, none of them are fun. Like, this is by far the hardest objective throughout the entire Eternity of Pain, or like Spring of Sorrow, in my opinion at least. So yeah, just watch out for it. It's gonna be tough, and you might have to rank up Professor X because I think he is by far the best option for it. But yeah, here we charge up, just get the refresh as well on the prowess. Now for Professor X, what you want to do is, you just want to like drop your heavy attack and then release it, and once you release it, drop your special attack immediately while you're in mind control, that is, because it gives you like an extra prowess, right? And once you are done with mind control on that last special attack, you want to dash back after he drops the special because it refreshes all of your prowess. Now that's how you play him, like a quick little guide there, I guess. And yeah, once you like do that, you just do a lot of damage in every other mind control like set, and it really just, it makes the fight go by a lot faster. So yeah, Professor X, he's a cool character. Like he's good, and he's really helpful for this at least. And yeah, I had a bit of fun using him, but then again, this fight is very stressful, so how much fun could I really have in that scenario? So now we're in the final stages of this fight. We get the parry, luckily, we go for the heavy attack, and now it's time to trigger mind control. And yeah, just do a lot of damage right here. And as you can see, I messed up because I pushed him to the SP2, and you should not do that. And here is a good example why you should not do that. So here we end mind control in just a second, and yeah, refresh my prowess, and look at what happens. He drops the SP2 in a second here, and it's gonna do a lot of damage to me. Look at my health. I was so healthy, I was so in it, and then I lose pretty much all of it, and it's so annoying because one single SP2 does that. So like, imagine baiting out two of them, you don't survive. You just simply do not survive. So just watch out for that. Do not push him to the SP2. That is just the golden rule of this fight. And yeah, that's really about it for this. Here I dropped the SP1, 50,000 crits, a thing of beauty really. Go for another one, get no crits there, but it's okay. Go for another one here, and we get one more crit, which is pretty good. Drop another one, and this matchup is so close to being done. I just cannot fumble it right here because I'm way too close to just fumble it now, right? So I go back in, drop the SP1 in a second, and there we go. So this one is, this boss fight, it's okay. It's just a lot to manage, but let me know your thoughts on this fight and this guide. I hope it helped, and now you can go put in that promo code as well, so there is that. And yeah, that's about it for me.